Nano Banana Pro just launched and people are scrambling to put it into their workflow. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can build your own media machine that automatically takes whatever news that you get and converts them into an Instagram post using Nano Banana Pro. And most importantly, there is no Blotato involved, so you guys don't have to pay for anything other than just generating the images itself. Let's get right into it. Here, I'm showing you guys the template that you guys will be able to get. So maybe we'll briefly go through what is it, and then from there we'll show you guys how this actually would play out. So in the beginning, we have a news input feed. This is actually a RSS feed, RSS trigger actually, and this is connected to, like, if I open that up, it's World of Buzz, so you can see the feed URL is over here, and it's currently set to everyday 10 a.m. Let's say for Vulcan posts, again, the RSS feed URL is here. Here is set to 2 p.m. And for Star Business, so the hour is set at 8 p.m. over here. And after that node, after the RSS feed node has completed, it will actually pass on to limit. So just in case they put in more than one link, that's why I want to limit to one link only. Then it will pass on to a merge node. This is how we just one link. We don't want all three of links to run into some issues. Then this edit field is actually just an empty field, just to show you guys. And this is the actual link that we get. So as you can see, it's merge.item.json.link. And over here, we do have an Instagram account number. But anyway, that will be a separate video. But how you actually need to get your Instagram account number to put into here. Again, another empty edit field node. This passes on to actually a Perplexity news researcher. So if I open that up, the model is Sona. So it's a very simple prompt. It's just do a deep research on the news of that link and identify key things that need to be taken note of. So once we get the news, it will actually output to a caption agent. And this caption agent, it's simply just outputting two things. We just need the title and the caption. So of course here we have the rules, you just need to provide factual rules. And of course, if you want to focus and make your copywriting better for your Instagram caption, this would be where you want to work on. So next, once it passes through the caption agent, it passes through another JavaScript code. It's because over here, we ask it to output a title and a caption. And these two are actually stitched up into one item. So this code node actually splits them out into two items. So we get the title and the caption itself. And this is where we are able to set the Instagram caption. So over here, we have I'm going to enlarge this. So we have the title. So code in JavaScript 7, item.json.title. And here we have the caption. Over here, I put DM for removal and the source, which is the link, because we want to let people know, this AI news, is it just fabricated or is it true? Well, we provide them with the source as well. Now, I'm going to stop halfway through here, and I'm going to show you guys how the end result will actually look like, so you guys have a better understanding of what we are talking about as we go along. So over here in my Instagram Instagram page actually, I've created a page called mynews.mail. This is actually the output of our NAN automation. Now I'm just going to scroll and just going to sort of briefly go through what is actually happening here. So if we take a look, we actually have a few styles that we can see. So you see, like, three-legged dog become a police and canine. We have the title of the news. Again, we have the caption and DM for removal and the source. So that's actually where we get the caption. So next, again, today, KL monorail technical fault, stranded 377 passengers. This style seems more, call it more intense, or maybe this one, suspended police officers arrested for a series of Kelantan robberies. So as you can see, the style of these photos are actually different. This, you would say, pretty happy. This is pretty sad, you know, we have like a kind of a sad vibe going on here with rain. Here we have sort of like an intense vibe because this is something to do with robbery, so no, it's intense. And it's why do we choose different vibes is so that it gives the whole page a bit more character, you know, it's more lively. If you guys want to maybe run a media page or something, the style will actually come into play, and this is actually how you can configure the automation to have more style, more variety. So which leads us to the going back to the workflow, just to remind you guys where were we. So after we have the caption agent, over here at the style agent, this is actually where we decide based off the news, what style do we want the photo to be like. So here we have three options: the sad, happy, and intense. All the job of the style agent is purely to analyze whatever news that was given, and then based off it to decide which style to use. The last thing we want is to have a sad news that go with an intense style. So that's like super inappropriate. Further on splits down to, you know, three different agents, and all these different agents are visual agent prompts. So we're using Gemini 2.5 Flash to create the image. And how are we generating the prompt for the image? We're actually using agent. You know, we have a sad, happy, and intense agent. So each one of these, I'm just going to open up the sad one. Each one of these have different prompts. So over here, your expert, compassionate, tragedy, and missing person visual prompt. So I'm not going to go into detail, but as you can see here, the style is the, just scroll down. So we can see the emotional tone is sadness, you know, it's compassion, environment, it's dim, it's soft colors. So this would give the whole picture, you know, the vibe a bit more sad, and it just seems more appropriate. Whereas over on the intense agent, if we open it up, so we have say expert, breaking news, reporter, visual agent. So here let's see what style did we give it. So high contrast, breaking news lighting, hard shadows, dramatic highlights. Again, as you can see from this example, the style across these two posts are so different. If you guys want more style, you guys want victory, let's say text style. Let's say if you guys want to create another style, it's just copying this whole branch right here and adjusting it to the right style. So I'll go through one by one. What is this? So through this JavaScript code, the same thing, we have a title and an image prompt. Open up this node. This HTTP node actually shows that we are using Gemini 2.5 Flash. And over here, we do have the contents that we are using to post. So the text, the prompt here, which says insert these words at the center of the image, which is your title. This is the image prompt, which is your prompt, and do not create or fabricate news that is not accurate. Facts and numbers need to remain the same. That is how we are actually able to get this type of wordings as titles, as they make sense. You know, let's say if you follow a news page, the first thing you want to do is look at the title. That's important. I believe if you guys work on the prompt, it will definitely be better. All right, let's go on. Let's take a look what's going on here. So after this image comes out, it actually comes out in an image form in the type of a data format, and we actually need to convert that string back into a file. And over here we have edit image. This is just to make sure it, you know, remains in a square format. Over here, just reduce the size to 1000 pixel times 1000 pixel, and we need to actually save the image somewhere into a URL where it's public, so that Facebook is able to get those image, because it's not able to get from Google Drive. It needs to get the image from a public URL. Now this is actually where we do it. So we save it to Supabase, and let's say if you want to save it to a bucket, you're going to make sure that that bucket is public. And over at the second photo generation, I'm just going to open it up. So here we have the far shot, and I'm just going to open up the again the JSON here. The difference is that we use the uploaded photo as the reference of the environment naturally. Our aerial shot of the environment, and do not include words in the photo. But what we have down here is actually the reference image in data format. So we said use the uploaded photo. So previously we did generate that image, and that image was in base 64 string file. Just take whatever the string file was and reinsert it back here so that this node would have context of what the previous image was. And in that case, we are able to get a photo with the same style and environment. So as you can see over our examples over here, again, all these photos, they have the same style, the same object, they have context of whatever is going on. And that's actually how we insert it into the Gemini API node here. Again, same thing, convert all these images, save it to Supabase, photo generation tree. The difference here is just it's a close-up shot. If I open the prompt, here just tells you create an extreme close-up shot and with high accuracy and detail. Now, once you have created all this image, now what you have this node, you have this node, and you have this node. All of them all have their URL that is posted to Supabase. So what you need to do is actually go over here to the create container in Facebook. So you've got to connect to your Graph API Facebook credentials. There will be a separate video. So you need to insert your image URL over here. Just create container ID 9. What we see here, again, the Graph API version is version 23. I think 22 works as well, doesn't matter. The node here actually is our Instagram account number. You know, in the previous node, we actually did put it in. So this is actually where you want to insert it. I mean, previously, but this is actually where it appears. Then over at the edge here, if we need to put media. So the query parameters is important. The caption is where we previously put the caption. Media type will be image, and the image URL would be the image URL of your first image. Now, for your first image, the URL that you use to save into Supabase, you're going to put it into here. And over here, the name is carousel item. You put true, because that's how you actually create an Instagram post with multiple photos. We call them a carousel. So first of all, you're going to create the container ID for 3 different posts. So these three things are the same. Of course, for each of these containers, the difference is the image URL. So first image URL goes into here, second image URL goes into here, third image URL goes into here. And next, we got to create the carousel. So over here, the carousel, with the difference here, it's same thing as media, same thing as caption, but the media type here, instead of image, we create it as carousel. Children, actually, these are the IDs of the container. So again here, once you guys have successfully ran this container, you would actually get an ID as an output. And what you need to do is to put all this, all this ID over here at the children. So if you guys want to add even more image, same thing, just copy the step, add in the children ID here. And once that is done, we just pass through a wait node. This is so that it doesn't get flagged as spam. This is just precaution. And over here, the last thing is the media publish to actually publish the post. The difference is the creation ID. Once we have the carousel created, again we have the creation ID with the caption, and the media type would be carousel. And once that is done, simply just sends us a Telegram message saying done, and shows us the source as well. Now let's do a demo and show you guys how it actually works. So I'm just going to go ahead and press let's say start business. So what's going on here, same thing, the nodes are actually activating. So again, we can see what is the link here that we gotten. Let's take a look at what is the news. Okay. Alright, so we got the same news that we've gotten before. So Nomura Securities is now in Bursa, Shara compliant investment. So this is talking about Bursa, onboarded Nomura Securities. So let's take a look at what we are able to see that this new post was actually created. Nomura Securities joined Bursa as Islamic broker. So Nomura Securities joins Bursa Malaysia as second foreign broker. Talks about, it's just strengthens Malaysia's position as a leading destination to Sharia compliant. But with the same news, we are able to get different results. Now, of course, the image problem could be improved a lot more, and you guys can do a lot better on the image generation. But this is an overview on how you guys can actually use NAN to start creating posts automatically. You guys don't need to use Blotato, just automatically get information from the news, convert it into Instagram posts, and you guys would have a machine literally working for you, generating posts every day. Thank you guys.